There we go. Hello, everybody. It's been a while since I got back on this game, but it just got its 1.04 patch and is complete. So without further ado, I will be replaying Resident Evil 4 Otome Edition, otherwise known as the perfect game for me. Ever look better than he did in Resident Evil 4? I say no. Louis Seta! Yes, my mans. No, that's not it. Okay. Gross. No, thank you.
Resident Evil 4.
Otome Edition. Hum hum hum. Hum 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 hum. We're starting in a great place. Ho, 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 ho. RE4, let's go. La da 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 da. I may have to check something. Give me one sec, friends. Okay, I think I got it now. Let's see what happens. 2004. I'll never forget it.
Talk about
It was the year everything changed. I became the president's daughter.
So,
And soon
we
after,
kidnapped the
target of a
president's
cult.
daughter in order to give her our power and then send her back.
15 years have passed since that horrendous incident. And in all that time,
this?
I've never told anyone my side of the story. My name is Ashley Graham. It's about time. Chapter 1. Holding on to a hero. I'm holding out for a hero to the end of the night. Hey! Nice. Phew. Exams are done, thank goodness. I can't believe I'm gonna make a C in government. I could just hear Daddy griping about it. Hold on one quick little sec. Oh, okay, it saved all of my... Whoa. Okay, let's try this again. Think of the headlines, Ashley. President's daughter can barely pass college government course. Administration's credibility in doubt. It's not that it was hard, just supremely dull. Political theory is already tedious, and it didn't help that Dr. Devereaux was a total mandroid. Where are all the young, passionate teachers? That's what my generation needs. Dad is always pushing me to find a pet project. Well, I guess I'll have plenty of time to think of a pitch on the way back to DC. For now, better hurry and find my driver before Jenna finishes her exam. She's never more than a few minutes behind me. I'm starting to think it's intentional. I pulled out my phone to call my driver, only to find that the battery had died while I was taking my exam. Darn. I really need to remember to change this thing more often. I don't need Daddy griping at me about that, too. Well, at least John is the predictable sort. He'll probably just be outside my residence hall. I started walking toward my sorority building and quickly spotted my driver's usual car. The person standing next to the car, however, was anything but expected. Yikes. It was... The cardboard sign always gets me. Excuse me, sir, but are you looking for me? You're Ashley Graham. Yes. Listen, if this is about my father slashing the veterans budget, I don't know. I'm your bodyguard. I've been sent by the president to escort you back home. His name's Beret. Oh! Dad told me that I would be getting a new bodyguard.
Caught you off guard, didn't I?
Oh, Jesus. In the flesh. Caught you off guard, didn't I? Yeah, definitely. Although, did something change? Dad said I wouldn't meet my new bodyguard until I got back home. Big guns. Yes. Yes. What? Yes to the change of plans. We received intel suggesting you might be a target for kidnapping. What? Here in the hallowed halls of Harvard? We don't know exactly, but they didn't want to take any chances. That's why I'm here. What's with the dubious chuckle? Probably just another another dude who thinks his muscles are a good replacement for tact. Been there, done them. Well, Mr. Bodyguard, do you have a name to go by? It's Klaus. Klaus, eh? Is that German or Austrian, maybe? You do remind me a little of Arnold Schwarzenegger, what with the muscles and the, scowl. Heh, when I was in the military, a few did call me the Terminator. Yeah, I really don't want to know the context. Hey, don't go anywhere. Huh. Can't say I would have pinned him as a dedicated recycler. He really doesn't pay to stereotype. Anyway, are you ready to go? Well, I was thinking of grabbing a few things from my dorm room. We'll arrange for it to be brought to you. Don't know who we can trust out here. Oh, come on, it'll only take a few minutes. Besides, my roommate... Hey, Ashley, wait up! I looked to my right to see Jenna running towards us much faster than one would think possible in 6-inch heels. Klaus, do you know what that sound is? No. It's the sound of, betch, I made an A in government and I'm here to gloat. I can't be here for this. Act like we're in a hurry, Clow. Some of us are, Ash. I waved dismissively to Jenna as I approached the passenger door. Good lord. Sorry, Jenna, I'm kind of in a hurry. I'll write you on AIM. AIM. Oh, the glory days. Klaus and I leapt inside the car. It's a little neater than John usually keeps it, but still smells like his cologne. I guess Klaus doesn't get his own ride. It's no small costs of the war on terror that you don't think about. Finally. Oh, stop complaining and just go. It's a peep. It's a peep. Consider it done. Okay, come on. There we go. Klaus started up the car, which kept me from hearing what Jenna was trying to say. She ran up to the door. I hate that I have to indulge her just to keep her from gossiping about me to the press. She doesn't even want to talk to me. She just wants to compare bodyguards and grades. Well, Klaus, you're part of the Grammarly now, so you should roll down the window and tell Jenna how important your mission is. Maybe then she'll go away. Ashley, is this your new bodyguard? Oh my god, what? Oh my god, Clow, did you just blow up Jenna? Nah, just wanted to give her a sense of how important my mission is. Jeez, Clow, Jenna's a snob, not a terrorist.
Just trying to have fun.
Relax, princess. Just trying to have fun. Wow, combat really does dark things to some people's sense of entertainment. You do well to remember that kind of fun tends to end in lawsuits, Klaus, and Daddy's swimming in those enough as is. Klaus drove away, leaving Jenna to cling to her eyes in fear and confusion. It was one of the times I felt kinship with Jenna. And then I remembered her making out with Kyle at that party last year. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Oh, the music. I wouldn't have taken Klaus for the Samba type. Maybe he's gay? Did I not just say it doesn't pay to stereotype? I'm getting worried that hypocrisy is hard-coded in the Graham family gene pool. Still, I wish he'd say something. His music is somehow just making the silence even more awkward. Maybe he'd entertain a few questions. But seriously, what do I say? So, how much fun are steroids? There's gotta be something. I turned the music knob down a little and Klaus's eyes darted toward me. Okay, definitely should avoid the steroid question. About my driver. So, I can't believe John didn't even say anything to me. I know he didn't like me that well, but he was my bodyguard for the last 2 years. Did you meet him before you came here? Huh. Yeah, I saw him. Oh, yeah? What'd he say? Oh my god. Good riddance. Well, that's unkind. But it does sound like something John would say. Oh well, hopefully we'll get along better. I think we're gonna get along just fine. Oh, me too. You know, throwing grenades at Jenna notwithstanding, I mean, it was kind of fun in hindsight, but it's like Dad is always telling me, we have to anticipate the optics. In my world, the optics are for bureaucrats to worry about. I get shit done. Right, man of action and all that. But ladies aren't battlefields, Clow. We like a little sensitivity. Right. You know, it's like that other thing Dad is always saying. The tongue is a gun best left in its holster. Unless you're a boyfriend Dad doesn't know about, of course. Ooh. Okay, I should do one that I didn't do last time. So, how'd you get that scar, if you don't mind me asking? What scar? Oh! Nothing. It must have just been the light. Poor man must be sensitive about his sloppy concealer job. I should try to be more thoughtful and encouraging about his explorations. Once I've rallied from this, I'll subtly give him some tips. Enough chit-chat. We're taking a detour. Detour where? Klaus! Klaus swerved onto a dirt road off the highway. At the speed he was going, I felt like my intestines had become a trampoline for my stomach. The path eventually lay leveled as we came into a clearing, allowing me to complain properly. What's the big deal, Klaus? You're not Mad Max. They wanted you back ASAP, just doing my job. At this rate, he might not have his job for a whole lot longer. Alright, we're here. Let's go. Klaus brought the car to a screeching halt and motioned for me to get out. Where is here exactly? It's a helipad. We're gonna fly. You okay with that? Not if you're gonna cop an attitude. This guy's something else. He's being all pissy with me, but it's not like I signed the bill for the veterans' budget cuts. Taking out your aggression on a sweet summer child just isn't right. Looking around, we seemed to be at a suspiciously empty and remote helipad. I had a sinking feeling in my gut that something was amiss. Hey, Clow, is this an official U.S. military helipad? I've been to a bunch, but this just seems a little underfunded.
A little too quick for you?
Catch on slow, as expected. I am not in the mood for your snark, Klaus. You tell me what's going on, now.
No, we're talking.
You're being kidnapped, Ash. The rest isn't for you to worry about. How could you do this to me? Do our mutual nicknames mean nothing to you? It was fun while it lasted. Is this about money? My dad can give you money. Sorry, Grimly. What I want is access to Lord Sadler. You're the payment. Lord who? My God, what kind of political scandals am I getting wrapped in this time? Just let me slip. Enough talk. Time to fly, princess.
You're mine.
I don't like that. Not a fan. Episode 3. I have a mouse, but I can't scream. I awoke, disoriented. Am I dreaming? I feel as heavy as I do when I eat a dozen Krispy Kremes. Not that I've ever done that. Yesterday. Ugh, I remember now. That bastard Klaus knocked me out. Did he tie me up? Why do I feel cold? Oh, I just feel so tired. But I gotta push past it. Come on, Ashley, open your eyes. Ooh, spooky. God, close them back again. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Oh my Christ, it's a Cenobite. Sadler. Ah, our precious friend is awake. Surprising. Wait, no, I think it's just a really ugly wizard. Not that he couldn't be both. I mean, what was Pinhead but a wizard of pain? But more to the point. Oh God, I don't want to be tortured. Be at peace, Ashley. You are a guest of honor. Again. Too Russian, not enough Spanish. But what do I know? I'm not Spanish. Viewers, please go easy on me. Guest in water? In what? North Korea? I hope you don't mind receiving gifts from an older gentleman, Ashley. It is a once-in-a-lifetime gift, after all, unmatched in the world. Freedom. His name is Y. Ugh. Not your Hollywood version of freedom, no. True freedom. From burden, responsibility, indecision. You will never have another worry in your mind. The blissful ignorance of your youth will be everlasting. What is this guy talking about? He's blathering about freedom, and I'm strapped to what feels like a dentist's chair. The irony might kill me before he does. Wait a second. Is this that Lord Saddleman that Klaus mentioned? Why does he look like he just came from a gothic Ren fair? And slightly more importantly, why does he look like he's lived 3 lifetimes? Doesn't that sound wonderful? Freedom from the confusion and filth of this world. Living in endless bliss. Is that not the very essence of heaven? Wow, that's like the exact argument my Sunday school teacher gave to encourage abstinence. Didn't work then, and it won't work now. Your resistance is natural. Few people embrace change so readily, but you will see the light soon enough. Great, a real Aunt Lydia type. That will be easy to reason with. Alright, stay calm, Ashley. Your kidnapping survival course prepared you for this exact scenario. I just need to apply its lessons wisely. First, knowledge is power. Second, courtesy is the password to safety. Third, if you look back, you'll soon be going that way. Wait, those might just be fortune cookie sayings. But hey, point made, which is that I need to ask me some questions. Okay. Different question than I did last time. So I want to see what this one does. Are you Pat Robertson? What's that? You'll have to forgive an old man his hearing. Jeez, I can barely get a word out. Just like my early days on the debate team. And if I've learned anything from debate team, it's not to dwell on a tough question. Next. As tired as I feel, I'm clearly basting in sedatives. So a simple question is probably for the best. I just gotta push past the fatigue. Where am I? Where are you? His name's Stayback. Anyways. Where are you? I suppose there's no harm in you knowing now. You are in Spain. But don't worry, you won't be here long. You'll go as quickly and quietly as you came. Screw you. What? There's another person in this room? Yes, Bardo. It seems that our precious guest would like your assistance in obtaining our power. Lord Sadler. Ugh. God alive, it's like Diet Butterball. Yes, move into my periphery, thank you. At least I won't be visually traumatized. Now, my minion, remember to put the needle in very slowly. We wouldn't want to hurt our new friend, after all. Lordy. I feel a prick at the nape of my neck, followed by something shooting into my bloodstream. Something slimy. I would have felt more revolted had I the energy. His name's Prick. A perfect penetration, Bardo. You're really living up to your name.
Cerebros.
Yes, I will feed you after you finish sweeping up the room. Now go. Please stop. I could feel my already tenuous conscience begin to fade again. I struggled to stay awake, but it was in vain. The only comfort was the departure of those hideous men. As the eternal darkness swallowed me, I uttered a single prayer to whoever could hear. Get me the fuck out of here. Ashley's call was absorbed by the darkness. Father, I brought Sarah as you asked. Good. Place him in the dresser and lock him tight. Will the Lord punish him for what he stole from us, Father? That depends entirely on the good doctor and his cooperation. Whether or not he chooses to atone, we will regain what is ours. Father Mendes. Speak, my child. The American agent, he has been spotted outside the village. Then let us set our plan into motion. Has the president's daughter been secured? Yes, Father. She's in the church. Good. We must keep the agent from reaching her. You, return to the village and instruct the others to deter him at all costs, but keep him alive if you can. As a precaution, take this file and leave it in the village. Somewhere the American agent will likely find it. If you do not capture him first, it should guide him here. Then I will deal with him personally. Yes, Father, under your eye. Luis, my boy. Consider your remaining time a gift, Sarah. Hopefully you will not squander this one. You've entered an insane world. Ugh! What is this, Satan's alarm clock? I covered my ears until the ringing stopped. The sound seemed like one of those old church bells they rang at European cathedrals. Apparently, that's only romantic from a distance. With the sound gone, I took inventory of my surroundings. Looks like some kind of dingy storage room. And considering the drumline competition now playing out of my skull, I assumed that I'm in the storage room of a church. I got up and rustled the doorknob for formality's sake, but of course, it was locked tight. I am really regretting taking construction as an elective instead of locksmithing. Seriously, when am I ever going to drive a bulldozer? Well. I poked around the room for a bit, but it was barren. Nothing but barrels and sacks and hopelessness. So kind of like a Motel 9, but even more urine smell. I slumped back down against one of the barrels and gave the full weight of my attention to my predicament. So I'm in Spain, and probably a poor part of Spain if the drabby room is anything to go by. Klaus was a trap. An ugly man saddled me with some thing against my will as part of his New World Order. And I'm hungry. Are you there, God? It's me, Ashley. Could really use some help right now. Anything you got. Just deposit it right into my brain. I promise I'll pay you back. Huh? Oh! My tracking device! Yeah, it was in my scarf! God bless you, John, for hassling me about that every freaking day. I hurriedly dove my hands into the fabric of my scarf. Oh no. Oh no. It's gone! God damn it! Probably shouldn't think that in a church. At least that's what I would say, if this wasn't the house of the devil. But seriously, who knows where I dropped it? Klaus could have found it when we were in the helicopter and thrown it out to sea. Just... So... It isn't... fair. And with that realization, the dam broke. For several minutes, I cried openly and cursed my terrible fate. My throat became coarse, and my gulping sobs quickly took on the tone of a rusted gear. What? Blood? Oh God, what's going on? Oh my. Oh my. Oh my, my, my. I awoke suddenly, startled by some weird sounds coming from outside. Not quite as hard on my ears, but the jury's out on what they mean for my health. My gut reaction was that it was just some more of those cue balls coming to pray for whatever it is they pray for. Their master's love, Rogaine, I don't know. The movement is different, though. It's like something large creaking back and forth. Weird. Some kind of ritual, maybe? And by ritual, I obviously mean shunting. Sweet merciless God, I'm imagining it now. Oh, it's just the worst thing. It was quiet for a minute. Then I heard the dry screech of a mechanism rising. Steps drew nearer, closing in on my makeshift prison. Oh my God, they're coming for me? What did Saddle want with me again? To make me the, orgy queen? I don't know, 'cause I don't listen to ugly old men, but it was probably that. Well, if they think they're gonna be fertilized... Oh my God. Well, if they think I'm gonna be fertilized without a fight, then they're gonna learn a hard lesson in being sorely mistaken. I spotted a plank of wood on the ground next to me. Seems appropriate for this unholy space. Let's see how well it fits in somebody's eyeballs. The doorknob gave a creaky sigh as it began to turn. My heart raced. My eyes darted from the door to the plank. Now or never. Ashley.
Don't come!
Well, somebody gather some Dragon Balls and call me Yamcha, 'cause I'm about to be dead. Hey, take it easy. How dare he tell me to take it easy? After what happened with Klaus, Ashley Graham is nobody's fool. No! Get away! I persisted. I huddled against a barrel in abject fear, hoping to die more like Yamcha and less like Krillin. Calm down. Everything's gonna be just fine. My name's Leon. I'm under the President's order to rescue you. I wish that I would have told Dad that I loved him more, and that Mom is having an affair. Wait.
What? My father?
My body surged forward out of sheer relief. I'm saved! It's a Christmas miracle! My heartbeat began to slow a little, giving me a chance to examine my rescuer in full.
That's right. And I have to get you out of here. Now come with me.
You know what, though? I'm pretty sure this is how it was when I first saw him in Resident Evil 4 when I was, like, 18. I like the, like, medication commercial music going on. Yeah. But, as my eyes feasted on the Adonis in front of me, my vision became inexplicably clouded by bubbles and sparkles. My brain also started playing a song I think I heard in a Laxative commercial one time. You know, the kind that says, if you just push hard enough, all your dreams will come true and your business will thrive. The point is, I'm saved, baby, and by a super hot dude. Hooray! I had a million questions to ask him, but my tongue was dragging on the floor in the wake of his sexiness, so I just followed him instead. Good choice, Ashley. Ashley, do. Leon the professional. As soon as I was up, Leon pulled out what looked like an old walkie-talkie. Wow, I haven't seen one of those in a while. I thought those lines were notoriously easy to jack. Oh, I know! He's using it because no one would suspect a U.S. agent to use such outdated tech. Genius!
It's Leon. I've succeeded in extricating my subject.
I love a man with big vocabulary. He could extricate me anytime. Oh, wait. I guess he already is.
Where's the extraction point? Got it. I'm on my way.
What is that shirt? Like, seriously, is it made of silk or something? Is it like I feel like it's one of those kinds of shirts that absorbs a lot of sweat. Like I would wear when I'm doing construction work. I don't know. Anyways, I wanted to make conversation since I hadn't spoken to anyone who wasn't Gross or Klaus for an indeterminate time. But he seemed busy? Breaking barrels? What was that number? And why do the words Leon's barrel blast seem so prominent in my thoughts? Is this coping? Anyway, maybe he's making sure there's no cultist spies hiding in the barrels. I sure wouldn't want to be them right now. That's 4. I never knew I needed that. With every barrel decimated, I thought he might at least ask me about my general state of health, but instead he moved briskly towards the door. Is he the kudere type? I hope not. Those are always a bummer in a crisis, especially emotional ones. Joke's on you, I'm into that shit. Kudere types are the best. Whoa, the testosterone is palpable. But hey, any dude can open a door for a lady. It takes a real gentleman to open them in a way that reflects how badly she wants to exit said door. We ran down the snaking corridor and approached a ladder. Did someone carry me up this thing? That seems crazy, but par for the course, I guess. Before I could even look over the edge, Leon jumped to the ground below, landing with a confident thud. Now here's a man who doesn't waste any time. Well, when in Spain... Ah! Jeez, I know I get a little dizzy around cute guys, but that was... Oh, ditzy. But that was unnecessarily impulsive. Kind of like I wasn't even in control of myself. But, in any case, I should probably get out of his arms so it doesn't seem like I'm enjoying it too much. Gotta keep some cards close to the vest. Oh man, how great would it be if there was just a platoon of equally hot Secret Service guys waiting outside the church, ready to escort me out of this nightmare. My reverse harem story begins now. Well, in a way, yes. Oh, fuck. Before we could even reach the door, a familiar voice chimed in behind us.
I'll take the girl.
No. That voice! That's the huskiness of an old pervert if I ever heard one. Who are you? If you must know, my name is Osmond Salander? God, me. If you must know, my name is Osmond Sadler, the master of this fine, religious community. Did he seriously just refer to himself as Awesome Saddle? He might as well wear a sign on his face that says, proud to be celibate. Then he'd at least be doing the world 2 favors. What do you want? I knew that I would hate this guy's face in high definition. Like, I feel like I'm becoming an atheist retroactively just by looking at him. To demonstrate to the world our astounding power, of course. No longer will the United States think they can police the world forever. So we kidnapped the princess's daughter in order to give her our power and then send her back. No. Suddenly, and regrettably, I was awash in memories of the injection. So that's why they wanted me. In short, I'm the unwilling female ruler in a men's dick measuring contest. Tale as old as time. Well, in the spirit of saying the quiet part loud, I guess I should add some context.
I think they shot something in my neck.
What did you do to her?
We just planted her a little gift. Oh, there's going to be one hell of a loving father. I thought I might bargain for quite a lot of money to keep this. Oh. Oh, it's. She's like not listening to him. Admittedly, I was fawning over the protective growl in Leon's voice and didn't really pay a lot of attention to that last part. Something about gifting some plants to my dad in exchange for some donations? Joke's on you, pal. My dad hates charities and the environment. Faith and money will lead you nowhere, Sadler. That's right, Leon. You stick it to that prosperity gospel. Prosperity gospel. My God. It sure is. What time is it? 1:26. Oh yeah, hey! It's daylight savings time. So for those of you who are asleep right now, you're very lucky. Extra hours sleep for you. I kinda wish it had happened on Monday, though. I really wish it had happened on Monday, so 1 extra hour of sleep before I have to go to work. Ugh. Anyways. Oh, I believe I forgot to tell you that we gave you the same gift when I was unconscious. My God, but he looks fine from this angle. Oh, Ashley, you're a mood. Wait, what? Same gift? Oh, Leon, no. We'll bond over this, I promise. Special contributions. My puppets. You'll do as I say. I have total control. Revolutionary. God, this whole evil dude recites evil plan thing is wicked boring. Someone really needs to awaken him from his world of cliches. Maybe Leon should do it, with a bullet.
Sounds more like an alien invasion if you ask me.
Herbal bullets are not bullets, Leon! Suddenly, we were blocked from the exit by more diet butterballs. Maybe Leon's onto something here. Not gonna lie, confident smirks of the what now bitch variety are undeniably sexy. Too bad it's on a face that has all the dating potential of a garbage bag. Ooh la la, Leon, you thinking what I'm thinking? Drop these fools in a dramatic western shootout? Or we can run away. That's cool too. And maybe even safe. Oh, that was way too close. Freaking crossbow nerds. Is there any more insufferable enemy type? Leon pulled me to the end of the corridor, but all I could see was a glass window. Maybe he doesn't know what to do after. Ah! Maybe before I could even vocalize my surprise, we crashed through the window. And quite easily, might I add. It's a weird, subtle display of wealth, importing sugar windows from Hollywood rather than supporting the local glass economy. For all his beef with America, Saddle must like our movies. Would certainly explain why he hired Klaus. It's all very dangerous and stupid, but what cool stuff isn't? I landed about as well as Dad's first TV debate, but to be fair, I wasn't really prepared for Die Hard-esque shenanigans. If ever the supreme gentleman, Leon jumped to my aid in a flash.
You okay?
Physically, still in one piece. Psychologically, crumbling. Still, I didn't want to lie to him, so I just evaded the question like I do in all my political interviews.
Leon, what's gonna happen to us?
I knew it was a pointless question, but I felt I was entitled to a little neediness. Besides, guys love that stuff. Or so I've read in Cosmo.
Don't worry. We got into this mess. We can get out of it.
I like how he says we, as if this wasn't 100% my fault. But hey, if he's okay with cutting me all the slack, who am I to disagree? My heart swelled as Leon took hold of my arm, his grasp both tender and protective. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single woman in so much danger must be in want of a bodyguard. And boy, did I get one. Alright, hold on, I need to take a sip of my tea. Ah, that's much better. Okay, scratch my nose. Do that. Here we are. Once we're both up, I huddled close to Leon. Looking around, it seemed like we'd landed in some sort of external storage. There was little in the room aside from some bags and barrels, so I didn't imagine we'd loiter long. But Leon had other plans. Is this some kind of hobby of his? Or maybe Barrel's killed his parents and now he's sworn to destroy all Barrel kind? 6. Okay, I do appreciate the barrel counter. Oh! I hadn't noticed it before while I was salivating over Leon, but there's some good stuff in these barrels. Ammo, gold, some kind of plant material. You know, resources. Leon grabbed the goods and shoved them into his pockets. I guess that explains his obsessive interest in barrels. But who keeps that stuff in barrels and in such sparse quantities? Is it some kind of rural geocaching? Looking for bullets and pocket change down at the local church? Spain is weird. You know what's also weird? That we're not being shot full of arrows. I looked back at the shattered window. The satellites had more than enough time to follow us. We were only a few feet down and would make for pathetically easy targets. And yet, nada. Does their cult Bible prohibit them from exploiting obvious advantages? Are they having a synergy meeting? Are they just sad about their broken splendos? I shrugged my questions aside, knowing there probably wasn't any answers, and if there were, they were probably not worth knowing. I looked back at Leon, who finally seemed satisfied that he had fully raided the church provisions. We hustled over to the door and made our way outside. As we ran to the front of the church building, rain whipping ominously around us, we encountered what looked to be an angry mob of villagers. They were just groaning at first as they ambled slowly toward the church. Then a few of them started to shout. Un forastero!
Ahí está!
No te dejes que escape! I'm so saying that wrong. It's gonna be embarrassing. Here's another regret for the pile. Zoning out in high school Spanish. Something about not letting the forest hero escape? I don't know, foreign languages is hard. Oh, God. It's so true. I took 4 years of Spanish in high school. Nothing. I know how to say skirt. I know how to say some curse words. That's mostly just because I work in construction. Very sad. We slowly inched our way down the path, presumably to see how they would react. I half hoped they might just be here to fight the man for raising taxes and stealing their chickens. But them lunging toward us with death in their eyes squashed that idea pretty fast. Leon coolly stood his ground, gun drawn. I had a thought that he could shoot the wagon in front of us, and maybe that would, I don't know, distract them or something? Seemed like a long shot. Well, here's to hoping this isn't the dumbest idea I've had.
Leon, shoot those barrels on that wagon!
Without a word, Leon took aim at the barrels. Admittedly, I don't know if he trusted my judgment or just wanted another opportunity to destroy barrels. To my great satisfaction, the barrel spontaneously combusted, causing the wagon to roll toward the villagers like some kind of blazing poverty chariot. I don't really understand why a church would have explosive barrels on hand. Maybe that was their wine? It's wine flammable. Or drink harder, I guess. Oh, I get it. That must have been the communion cart, filled with the blood of Christ, which erupts into the flames of perdition? I don't know, it feels like someone is confusing their testaments. Nonetheless, the Spanish flea song is in my head all of a sudden, and I feel genuinely bad about that. The villagers crushed and or combusted by their own flaming paddy wagon, we took the opportunity to run past. Between the oppressive darkness and the driving rain, I could barely see the path, but Leon seemed to know where he was going, so I just followed closely. A bolt of lightning tore across the sky, and I realized that I was looking at a graveyard. That's not ominous at all. One might say it's sacrilege to kill the faithful in such a hallowed place, but it's even greater sacrilege to think, well, at least you won't have to drag the bodies far. Having escaped the crazed villagers, we jogged leisurely down a narrow forest path until it abruptly ended at a ladder. In standard horror movie fashion, going forward meant going down. Okay, real quick, I do want to look at something. So this is save. Oh no. This is load. So if I had another save file. I've always been really impressed with the UI for the log because it looks so nice. Wow, and you can go all the way back? That's kind of interesting. Wow. I mean, that honestly, that's really cool. I like that a lot. I'm super forgetful, so that's great for me. Options, so we can see the hotkeys. I've already adjusted everything here. Inventory. Oh? Oh? I love it. So eventually, I suppose we'll get stuff in our inventory. Anyways, exit. I guess that's for just turning off the game itself, so I'm not going to click that. Anyways, the ladder took us into a dark cavern, notably devoid of trigger warnings for claustrophobia. Or worse, cave crickets. We moved briskly down the tight path and soon found ourselves in front of a rusty door. Leon began to push open the door with the tenderness of a kitten. I'm not sure I should be charmed by his newfound discretion or alarmed by his sudden caution. What in blue blazes? I was immediately enraptured by the warmth circling the cavern. I felt safe, cozy even. If only I had a glass bottle, I could take some of this feeling with me and maybe melt the ice around Leon's demeanor. It was perhaps the soothing nature of the flames that kept me from screaming when I saw the figures stationed between them. Christ alive. Whoa, who's the man in black? Another secret agent or just your run-of-the-mill small-town gun nut going through a man cave phase? Oh god, what is this? Why am I seeing bubbles and sparkles again? How hard up am I? Why is this moving this way? Is this a parasite giving me superpowers? I feel like I could sneak in a lot more gawking before it got awkward. I take the bandana. It says I don't sacrifice fashion to obscure my identity. This looks pretty warm, much unlike myself now. Let's focus on something else. My, what a big sack he has. Tee-hee. Where do you even get a coat like this? Suspicious person thrift shop? Is that a skirt? I'm not judging. I'm appreciating. Hand's a little dirty, but it adds convincingly to the forest hobo aesthetic he's got going. He seems well stocked both in terms of munitions and mystery, but not attractive enough to be out of my league. I'm liking my odds. Your odds. Okay, Ashley. Leon approached the man casually, so I assumed they were working together in some capacity. The more the merrier, I guess. He's not as clean looking as Leon, but He may be better armed. A girl in peril has to keep her options open.
Welcome. Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger.
Huh. Not the accent I was expecting, but in a good way. Australian, maybe? I'm all about the thunder down under. Did I just really think that? While I questioned my moral credibility, Leon started browsing the man's inventory.
What are you buying?
Awesome.
Thank you.
No, definitely not Australian.
Is that all, stranger?
No, that's like Cockney, isn't it? That sounds more Cockney.
What are you selling?
I love guns. The merchant quipped enthusiastically as Leon stoically perused his wares. Maybe it's part of Leon's safety protocols to avoid conversation where possible.
I'll buy it at a high price.
The merchant man seemed pretty excited about some jewels Leon showed him. Whoa, is that a bejeweled beer stein? Am I observing the black market in real time? I can't believe they're making Leon break barrels and pilfer valuables just to obtain supplies. Either my rescue is a low-budget affair, or our foreign policy is woefully inadequate.
Come back any time.
Martillery. Finished with shopping, Leon resumed jogging down the hall. I thought I should wave to the merchant man, but I didn't want to mistakenly initiate another romance just yet. We ran further into the tunnel and stopped abruptly in front of a shallow puddle. I wonder what that was for. Testing the water for traps, maybe? Still, it seems like a little rude to just vandalize the merchant's place of business. Whatever the reason, Leon swept right past the flame like a man on a mission, which of course he was. But what I really mean is that he hurried over to a box tucked in the nook in the wall. As if by instinct, he drew his knife. 'Cause what is a box if not a barrel disguised as a rectangle? Crates really do hold odd views. We ran through the remaining tunnel and climbed some stairs to another ladder leading upward. As I ascended, I heard the telltale sound of wood being victimized. Once at the top, I huddled close to Leon as he approached the door to the next room. Despite all of Leon's caution, the room was pretty barren, save for a bizarrely large typewriter on the table. Or maybe regular sized, I don't know. I wasn't born in the 50s. Maybe someone's writing a novel? I guess I'd try to be a writer too if it got me out of Blight, Town, Bread, or Frame Rate Edition. While I was dispensing first world judgment, Leon started typing away. Baffled, I looked over his shoulder. Perhaps he has Hemingway aspirations? Would explain the terseness. As it happens, he was simply typing a record of his time and location. He also mentioned professional mode and round 2, which I could only assume was spy lingo. I guess he's using the typewriter to let someone know his progress? Again, I can't tell if the orchestrator of this operation is extremely crafty, bless me, or out of their damn mind. Probably the latter. After all, what better way to fight crazy than with better funded crazy? In any case, I hope our little SOS to the world reaches someone. In the meantime, I guess we're moving on. Wow, is Leon really going to ignore that crate? You think you know a guy. Found ourselves once again assailed by rain and darkness. All of a sudden, the relative safety of the previous room seemed worlds away. An unnervingly low vibration hung in the air, stirring in me a feeling of dread. Or maybe it was just the shrieks of bloodthirsty villagers that had me on edge. Do these people not sleep? It's like 1 in the morning, or at least it feels like 1 in the morning. Leon led me into a tower and started climbing up an uncomfortably tall ladder. So wait, he's got the guns and the muscles, and I'm the one going up second? Guess there's no sex discrimination around here. are dead, so are proper ladies. I'm gonna check out his butt the whole way up. That'll show him. I mean, it's too dark to really see, but it's not like I deserve to see something so wonderful anyways. Suddenly, and if we're being honest, expectedly, someone snatched me up and tossed me over their shoulder. I flailed and punched as wildly as a 125-pound woman could, which admittedly wasn't much. Given the situation, I did what a damsel in very great distress would do.
Leon! Help!
Hey, it's Leon. Please don't shoot my leg, Leon. I scrambled to my feet, eager to put some distance between me and Pablo the kidnapper, but when I look at him, his body remained limp. Okay. I realize that it's insensitive to just call a random Spanish man Pablo, but screw Pablo, he was a cultist. Okay, so we acknowledge that it's racist. Cool, that's good. What is it they say about insanity? It's doing the same thing and expecting different results? Sounds about right. I dedicated a little less time to admiring Leon's glutes and began climbing myself. It's really amazing what being snatched by a cultist will do for one's fear of heights. What a climb. But not a bad idea to stick to higher ground and force them into a funnel. We should be moderately safe, right? It's not like they can throw stuff this high, right? I scanned the area below for any cultists with pitching aspirations.
Wait here.
Wait here? For what? My expiration date to pass? Rather than explain himself, Leon stoically leapt from our perch like he simply didn't believe in gravity or leg fractures. He has got to have government implants in his legs. Got to! Which begs the question, what other parts of his body has the government enhanced? I'm asking for me. I hovered over the edge and squinted my eyes against the darkness, trying to watch for Leon's movements below. I wonder what his plan is. You know, aside from murder. Murder it is then! Not an original plan, but solid. Leon rushed past the villager as he wailed in pain, but the darkness made it difficult to see what was going on. What the hell did I just see? Were those worms coming out of his head? Calm down, Ashley. It's gonna be... Oh, sweet baby Jesus, it's not gonna be okay. My head is gonna be worms, and perhaps even worse, Leon's head is gonna be worms. I shakily looked up and over the railing. I figured I was already scarred for life, so I might as well stay abreast of current events. The burst of light below drew my eyes rightward in search of Leon. As if on cue, some more of the villagers stumbled out from the shadows, weapons in hand. Granted, those weapons were more like farm tools, but semantics.
Te voy a hacer picadillo!
Picadillo sounds like an adorable nickname for a nosy armadillo, but it's probably something like, "You're mincemeat!" As if anyone outside of cartoons ever says mincemeat anymore. Amazingly, the cultist was only stunned by the blow. Rural folks sure are handy. Hardy. God. My God, he's like Chuck Norris if Chuck Norris were worth thinking about. Leon. Oh, God. Okay. Give me a sec. I'm okay. Leon ran back to the base of the tower and called up.
Follow me.
I don't usually like being told what to do, but for Leon, I'll make an exception. I approached the ladder and prepared to climb down, but then it occurred to me, how much longer will I have the luxury of attractive men catching me when I jump? Seems like a waste to just do things normally. Am I crazy? Whew. In hindsight, that was extremely dumb of me. Thank goodness I'm in love with a robot. Is there gonna be like a twist ending? A reveal? Is Leon a robot? Is he a cyborg? Oh my God. Amazing. Anyways, ran behind the tower down a dirt road. The whole area kind of reminded me of my grandparents. Graham parents, who lived in a rural part of Wisconsin. Just swap torches for porch lights and crazed cultists for trashy druggies, and it's basically the same thing. I think you're thinking of West Virginia, not Wisconsin. Although, what do I know? I never lived in either of those places. I've just heard things. Isn't Wisconsin where they make the cheese? The cheese. The delicious cheese curds that I love eating from A&W. Tea break. Sorry. All good. I mean, they even have bear traps in the street. It's my childhood summers all over again. What's with the knife? Surely he's not going to... My eyes clamped shut in much the same way I fear the trap had closed around Leon's arm. Fiercely. Whew, his delicious biceps still tethered to his shoulder. Scared me half to death. Still, risking your own arm to conserve a bullet. I shuddered to think of how the man budgets groceries. We barely moved before Leon put on the brakes and raised his weapon to the darkness. With the rain pelting me in the face, I could just make out the vague, doughy shape of a villager. I wonder if that cultist set the bear trap. Maybe that's how people snack brides around here? Wow, a bullet saved is a bullet used, I guess. I'd say I'm blown away, but I think the other guy has me beat in that department. Sorry, my dude. There seemed to be a large gate at the end of the path. I could feel a surge of adrenaline in my legs as we approached. I didn't know what there was on the other side, but anything had to be better than somehow worse Wisconsin. Okay, that's a lie, because there are a lot of things that could be worse. Probably. Like, Oh my lord! God, no, please! No, bad brain! No one would ever want to ride that saddle! Me gusta.
Wait!
A collision with Leon's shapely back muscles returned me to reality before I could dwell any longer on that blazing saddle. God, please kill me. I could see the gate just ahead, blocked by a lone villager brandishing a torch. Maybe blocked is overselling it a little. He's a blockade in the same way that a traffic cone is a blockade for a twister. Yeah, that worked out about as well as I expected. Sorry, my other dude. In the abstract, I feel sorry for the man. What kind of person was he? What were his dreams? With the path cleared, the only thing standing between us and the gate was more bear traps. Because if you can't stop people with torches, broken feet and tetanus is apparently the next best thing. Passed through the wooden gate into what looked like a small ranch. Leon ventured in cautiously and surveyed the area. Considering the church group he just demolished? God help me. Considering the church group he just demolished, it does seem suspiciously, conspicuously quiet here. I can read words too. Okay. There's a shed over there. Seems like a decent place to lay low while Leon clears a path. Maybe I'll suggest it. Suddenly, and to my confusion, Leon turned toward a lonely, open dumpster. My initial thought was that the mission coordinators had stored more of his supplies in the garbage. I wasn't sure that it constituted an upgrade from boxes. On the one hand, metal is sturdier. On the other hand, garbage.
Hide!
Ashley, hide. Wait. What? Is this a joke? But then part of me knew it wasn't. My body shivered, shutting off generations of hygienic conditioning. I jumped inside without a second thought. I held my breath as the lid closed above me. As I scooted my body around, I was surprised to realize that the bin was bereft of garbage. Either rural Spain has pretty good sanitation management, or the villagers are too busy being crazy to throw their trash away. Or maybe they're eating the garbage. would address the hunger issue. Regardless, it doesn't change the fact that the only handsome man around had just ordered me to sit in a musty waste bin in rural Europe with a parasite roaming around my guts. I don't want to say unwanted pregnancy metaphor, but yeah, I kinda do. I shifted uncomfortably in the dumpster. In this awkward crouch, my legs began to sober up from the adrenaline rush, only to discover that a whole lot of pain had moved in. Angered by the needling hurt, I couldn't help but lash out at everything that seemed responsible for my predicament, excluding myself. Stupid Saddle, stupid Klaus, stupid Jenna, stupid government class, stupid geopolitical dynamics. I took a deep breath and sighed. I'm getting too wound up. Oh, I know! I should do some of those meditative exercises that my life coach taught me. Alright, here goes. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Okay, Ashley, you're on a beautiful beach. The sand is soft, sun-warmed, nestled between your toes. Your personal bodyguard is lounging nearby, baking his delicious abs to a golden sheen. Oh, God. Your personal butler appears in dashing attire, offering a comforting smile and a refreshing pina colada. Extra rum, of course. Your personal dolphin trainer is putting on an adorable show with your personal dolphin Flippy, water spraying all over the trainer's rippling pecs. Everything is so wonderful. You have plenty of money. Nobody has worm heads. It occurred to me then, amidst my fantasies, that Leon might finally be in danger. Or worse. Terrified by this prospect, I thought to peek out for a look, but I knew it would be just my luck that some stray cultist would walk by at that moment and see me. Instead, I placed my ears close to the wall of the bin, being careful not to get too close. It's too much to hope that Saddle laced his parasite injection with some vaccines. I strained my ear, listening intently to the world outside my garbage sanctuary. I couldn't hear much at all, aside from the occasional thunderclap in the distance. That frightened me. I expected to at least hear some scuffles. But before the creeping terror of my savior's demise could ensnare my thoughts, the shrill sound of a gunshot burst into my eardrum. A somewhat morbid, but nonetheless comforting symbol of hope and salvation. Well, for me, anyway. Assured of Leon's survival, I resumed my effortful listening. I heard a few more gunshots and some muffled screaming that gave the impression of someone falling from a far height. What kind of ass is Leon kicking out there? A series of thunderclaps prevented me from hearing any more. No sounds took their place as they faded, though. All was quiet on the Spanish front. I listened closely, my heart racing, eyes darting. Is Leon okay? Are the cultists gone? Can I get out of this godforsaken dumpster? What? Was that a whistle? Is he trying to signal that it's safe? I mean, I've only ever heard that whistle used to beckon someone. And by someone, I mean a pet. Not wanting to think too hard on the idea, I hastily threw open the lid of the bin and breathed deep. Thank God that's over, by the way. If I smell like rotten meat products, that's just too bad for Leon. Speaking of Leon, I scanned the area for him. It was difficult to see, but I found him by the flash of a stray lightning bolt, standing on what seemed like a bridge connected to the farmhouse. In that moment, his dirty blonde locks seemed like the beacon of a lighthouse shining fiercely against the cold black sea, like poetry in the shape of a man. Well, it doesn't seem like he's making any move to jump down and escort me over here. I guess he did kill who knows how many people for my safety, so I'll cut him some slack and do some light work. I hurried over to the farmhouse. On my way, I was surprised by the lack of bodies on the ground. It seemed impossible, but so did a lot of things. Maybe the cultists are just literalists on the whole dust-to-dust concept. As I ran, I became keenly aware of how insane this all was. People dying, and for what? Is this all just for politics? And who stands to gain? One power-hungry old man? Or is this bigger than Saddle? Bigger than all of us? What if this goes all the way to the Illuminati? Amidst my struggles to glimpse the machinations of this mad world, it didn't take long to reach Leon. My head snapped back like a piston when I heard some groans behind me. Are there still villagers out here? Someone refusing the call of dustiness? Maybe I should ask Leon if we're safe. And some other things. Okay, hold on. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, just sure. Where are the bodies? Does my smell offend? Dog whistle. Really? Yeah, I'm gonna beat his ass! Before I could open my mouth to speak, Leon spun on his heels. I was a little disappointed, but in hindsight, the creepy sounds behind me were a tad more immediate. Man, no fun. But now I'm curious. Yeah, I think it's just the same thing. I'm going back to my question. Get his ass, Ashley. Well, someday you will. Leon leapt down from the bridge. I could see a ladder on the ground already. I'm just going to presume he kicked that down because he likes catching me so much. As I prepared to jump myself, Leon raised his gun and looked directly at me. I could feel my cheeks flushing under his intense gaze. Realizing that he could easily see my lacy panties from this angle, I instinctively pulled at my skirt. I didn't really understand what Leon was doing, but the sudden self-consciousness called forth a certain refrain in the lives of women.
Oh, you pervert!
A bullet whizzed by me, and I realized, mortified, that there was a cultist behind me. But a sequel to Pablo the Kidnapper was nothing compared to the vortex of embarrassment rising from my stomach. For a moment, I thought it might be better if I just died alongside the cultist, but then he began to collapse on top of me, and I rediscovered the will to live. Oh god, he's starting to zoll on me. Ew, jump, jump! If Leon's upset about the pervert comment, he's certainly not letting it impact his professionalism. Wish dudes on the train were half so gracious. I inspected my clothes to check that I didn't get too much cultist dust on me. Also, I know I didn't pay attention in chemistry class, but now I'm thinking I really didn't pay attention in chemistry class. There was another giant wooden gate in front of us, once again guarded by bear traps. I see the creativity well has run pretty dry in these parts. Okay, so we're playing Leapfrog now? Not exactly the back-touching opportunity I was expecting. Oh, wait! Hi, Tyson! One of the rare times, yes. I figured since I got an extra hour, thanks to daylight savings time being today, I might as well hop on and play something fun. I slept in like crazy today anyways, because it's my weekend off. So, God, I slept so long. It was so nice. I wish I could sleep really good all week, but alas. You know how it is. Anyways. He must not think that we get to just go through the gate, so he must want me to climb over it? He could have saved us some trouble by just talking like a normal person. I swear, it's like he believes the strong, silent type is an actual personality. I need to think about whether that's stupidly sexy or just stupid. I hurriedly climbed onto his back and let his taxpayer-funded muscles elevator me to the top. Oh, if only all of America's revenue could be so well spent. I reached for the top edge of the gate and hoisted myself over. No one to catch me this time. You can do this, Ashley. 1, 2, 3. I hit the ground pretty hard, no doubt scuffing my boot and tearing a ligament. Still, could be worse. Could have worn my high heel boots. And boy, that'd be the real nightmare. Fortunately, there were lanterns around the door, although that left me a bit paranoid about who had lit them and whether they were still prowling about. There was a large plank covering the door, but I easily pushed it up and
I opened it, Leon.
I whispered, trying to avoid undue attention. Leon opened the door as cool as here. I can speak words. Leon opened the door, as cool and serious as ever. I happily fell behind him as we ran forward. Oh, what? Whoops. My inventory. Someday I'll make some money. I missed him a lot for only 20 seconds of separation. Or maybe I just missed his safety. I don't know. I have about as much clarity as I do upper body strength. And we're back for another riveting installment of European backpacking gone wrong. What dangers await us? Bludgeoning? Impalement? A crushing exchange rate? Let's find out. After a few seconds of jogging, we came to a rickety bridge. To my surprise, the merchant was waiting beside it.
Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger.
Wait, didn't we last see this guy in that underground passage? How exactly did he get ahead of us? The logical answer is that the mission coordinators had Leon and the merchant take different paths in order to reduce suspicion. Granted, not sure how much faith I have in logic these days, but it would explain their communication strategy.
What are you selling?
Yeah. Bizarre as it all was, I appreciated that Daddy was going to such lengths in order to rescue me without creating a controversy. He doesn't have a lot of political capital right now. Surely that's the reason for all this recon work, right? Please, God, let me be right about something good for once.
Come back any time.
Leon and the merchant finished their bartering, and we resumed running down the rest of the bridge. Leon stopped abruptly in the middle of the bridge, turning his attention to the fancy radio buzzing on his hip.
I'd rather not hear it.
While Leon took in what I assumed was, at best, inconvenient news, I looked back down the bridge to see the merchant still standing there. He seemed so detached, like a statue, or Steven Seagal. Huh, action man Steven Seagal. Actually, Leon reminds me a lot of Steven Seagal now that I think about it. I want to say it's his eyebrows, but it's probably just the general air of my first language is bullets. I don't know if that makes him a good man or a dangerous man, but when you've been marked for death, the fact that he's hard to kill is enough to give a girl a fire down below. Go to jail.
Got it.
Rather than share his feelings about the general crappiness of that update, Leon immediately resumed running down the bridge. Blasts of lightning illuminated an old cabin at the end of the bridge. My hope was that it was a safe house for the operation. My expectation was closer to a cultist slumber party. Darn it, I said I wanted to be right about something good for once. Good. Maybe we can, go back the other way, you know? Group up with the merchant, buy a rocket launcher. Wow, it's like everybody in the whole village is here. Hey, wait. What happened to the merchant? Did they swallow him with their organized rage? Did he escape before they absorbed his polygons? Realizing that our peril was a tad more immediate, I looked to Leon in a panic.
What are we gonna do, Leon?
I hate to say it, but we're sandwiched all right.
We're sandwiched, all right.
Quick, in that cabin!
I certainly didn't want to be an Ashley sandwich, so I sprinted as fast as my tired legs could manage. Leon reached the door first and smashed it open, being sure to first scan the room with his gun drawn. I mean, I wouldn't call it thorough, but it's the principle I'm attracted to. As the villagers descended upon us, Leon yanked me into the room and slammed the door. I knew we needed to secure the door somehow, but I was at a loss, so I just left it up to him. Then, from behind us, a voice rang out, energetic and clear.
Leon!
How So rude, just hurling planks of wood at unsuspecting people. It's a good thing I honed Leon's reflexes. We both swiveled around to see who was behind us. Leon didn't immediately draw his gun, so I figured we were relatively safe as the lone man strutted toward us.
Small world, eh?
Hey, my mans. Wait, how did I respond to this situation again? My memory is fuzzy. Oh, oh no, that's not good. I'm gonna save. Of course, how could I forget that iconic scene? It went exactly like this. Oh wow, is this guy like Leon's twin or something? I really, literally can't tell them apart, and that's so hot.
Well,
What the fuck? Wait a minute. Okay. I remember it perfectly. This statement paid for by Mark Zuckerberg. Zark Muckerberg. I'm sorry. We don't know any other guys. Statement paid for by Zark Muckerberg. Oh? Oh? Oh no. I know that strut and I ain't in the mood for no Spanish Kyle. These fuckboys are like bowling pins. You gotta knock them down hard and bruh. Hard and fast before they can even think about commenting on my glorious tatas.
Who are you?
I asserted venomously, like the debate club bronze medalist that I am.
oh, excuse me, Your Highness.
These boards take me back.
Perhaps the young lady might want to introduce herself first before asking someone his name.
Fuck boy. I'm gonna save in a new slot just in case. Yeah, you're gonna regret calling me Your Highness when I'm queening your stupid fuckboy face. But for the moment, I should represent my country with grace and introduce myself.
Her name's Ashley Graham, the president's daughter.
Yeah, you tell him, Ashley. I turned away sharply to signal that he wasn't fit to be associated with American royalty, which he either took to heart or ignored completely. Hard to tell with these salt-of-the-earth types.
Is she... well, you know...
Spagna. No, I don't know, and there's gonna be some dead fuckboys in this room if I don't find out soon.
She's cool.
She's cool.
Don't worry. She's cool.
Oh, fuck.
Never mind. There's supposed to be some kind of obvious
news at
symptom
last.
before you turn into one of them anyway.
Hold on. Okay. I feel like I missed something. Esteban. This fucking damn, I've gotta meet that woman soon. This fucking studlet seems awfully well informed. As the highest ranking American official in this room, I think it's time to throw my weight around and get some answers. You condition much. About this parasite. I thought to ask if there were any other non-wormy side effects like growing wings or singing like Bonnie Tyler, but then I glimpsed a mass of shuffling doughiness in my periphery. I have a feeling that no matter what you ask, it's gonna be this same thing.
Look!
Now that I think about it, they have taken a really long time to walk through seriously like 30 feet. I'd almost think they were zombies.
Ashley, upstairs.
Following Leon's command, I made my way toward the stairs. Red 9, nice. Before I ascended entirely, I took a brief glance back at my gun-toting haughty saviors and their extremely gay gaze. Good luck, Leon. Me gusta. And you too. Hey, wait a second. He forced me to introduce myself and then didn't return the courtesy. Men. Okay, I think I triggered the Luis route, maybe, or whatever. With that, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it for the night. Because it is getting just a wee bit late. Yeah, just a little bit. But I think I'll go ahead and hop on again tomorrow, just so I can keep going. It's not too emotionally or physically taxing to do a visual novel. And I haven't been on in a while, so this was fun, and I'm glad I did it. So, whoop. Next time on this game, we're gonna find out what happens when Leon and the fuckboy team together to kill some Zambos. Anyhow, whoop 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 whoop. Da-na-na-na. Thanks very much, everybody, for watching, and I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Okay, bye!